and gentlemen, my name is Kabir and I'm a Forex trader. Today, I want to enlighten you about what Forex is all about, what you should know about Forex before you get into it. Today, I'll basically base my question on what are the opportunities and what are the basic things you need to know before you get into Forex. First of all, you should know that Forex is different from option. Probably you're hearing news around that Forex and option they are the same thing. No, that's wrong. Forex and option, they are very different thing. Though probably you have the same charts, you are saying it's the same thing, but you should know that they are very different. In Forex, you have to go what? You have to analyze trade before you get into it. Why we use different tools that will help you to get your strategy right in order to enter the market. As for option, it's a very different thing. You probably you don't have to analyze before you get to. Probably you have to sit down looking at the trade before you just jump into the market. But Forex, you can set your options down probably when you want to enter the market, and what Forex is going to activate your trade for you. But option is a very different thing. And other opportunity in Forex is money. In Forex, you can gain a lot and you can lose a lot trading Forex. Let me just give you this instance. I have a friend then that was in 2016. He didn't know anything about Forex, and I told him that, my brother, what you want to do, he can't fetch you enough money, because it's a thing you have to have experience of, probably 2-3 years of experience before you get into it. It's not just something you can just be like, wow, I learned Forex this month and I want to start putting big money into it. You have to have a strategy before you get into it. Strategy is very important in Forex, which is number one thing. After knowing everything you want to know about everything you want to know, probably you are trading, you want to trade, you want to buy high, you want to sell low, probably using trend line. What? You have to have a very single strategy, very single one, and you have to know the fact that not one single strategy work in every day. Okay, thank you. And I also want you to know that there are basically two type of Forex trader. Which is fundamental trader and technical trader. And when we're talking about fundamental trader, fundamental trader is those are traders that deal with basically news. And when we're talking about news, we're talking about different news that pertain to the currency you want to trade as per the country, country and currency. Let's take, for example, now let's say you want to take Euro USD, for example. Before you can trade the pair, you have to look at what are the factors, what are the news that pertain to, what are the current feature, what are the current happenings going on in those countries. Let's say talking about the GDP, the unemployment rates, the interest rates, and so many more. Like for this month now, you can know that there are some things going on in USA concerning the Black Lives Matters. All this news, they affect the US currency a lot. And we also have some other things too. You know, as per this coronavirus era now, we have lots of people that lose their job, and they're trying to find a means, and which also affect the currency a lot. So what you just need to know is that fundamental traders that just they deal with the news pertaining to particular currency. So when we're talking about the fundamentals, we can see that the Black Lives Matters, which have affected the US currency, they put the US currency on a downtrend. Being that, what I mean by downtrend is dollar sells a lot. They don't have enough power to go down, which really affect their economy. So this downtrend, the bearish trend, is something that affected the country a lot. So when we're also talking about technical trader, they only study patterns. Let's say the historical patterns, the historical price data of a particular currency pair. So fundamental trader and technical trader, they are basically two different traders. Fundamental study the historical price pattern, why the fundamental. They only study the current happening. They trade with the current happening of a particular pair pertaining to a trade. So before you get into forex, I will advise you that you should learn from a good forex trader that has a very good pattern, because though not a single pattern work every time as a forex trader, but you have to stick to your plan that work for you. And it doesn't matter of you trading every day. It's not even advisable for you to trade every day. You can trade two weeks interval, or whenever you see your pattern shown on the chart for you. So I will advise you you have to calm down. Forex is not something that you can just jump into. You have to gather experience first, and you have to have a particular trading strategy. Thank you.